One of the most beautiful things about leagues like the NBA is that just when you think a certain player is done or that they aren't meant for greatness, they come out and shock the world and become one of the most important players. A great example of this is Stephen Curry with the Golden State Warriors, who went from high draft pick to the best pure shooter the NBA has ever seen. But another player in the league is taking the baton from Curry in the defying expectations front, and that would be Ja Morant. Allow us to show you the life and net worth of Ja Morant. Early life in basketball. Morant was born in Dalzell, South Carolina, to T. and Jamie Morant. His mother was a point guard in high school and a softball player in college, while his father was a high school teammate of Ray Allen and played basketball for Clayton University. His father almost went pro overseas, but decided to stay home to take care of his family, including the newly born Ja. Morant trained in his backyard with his father, who taught him step-back jump shots and bought tractor tires for him to practice jumping with a soft landing. In his childhood, he often faced older opponents, telling his mother, "I'm not worried about the big kids." Morant played in the Amateur Athletic Union AAU circuit with the South Carolina Hornets, a small grassroots team based in Columbia, South Carolina. For one season, he was teammates with Zion Williamson, who became one of the top players in his class. Morant attended Crestwood High School in Sumter, South Carolina. He grew from 5'9" to 6 foot in his first 3 years with the team. Morant left as its all-time leading scorer with 1,679 points and scored a career-high 47 points against Sumter High School. In his last 2 seasons at Crestwood, he averaged 27 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists per game, earning South Carolina Class 3A All-State honors both years. Morant also left high school as a 3-time All-Region Most Valuable Player. Yet, despite all of that talent, he wasn't highly recruited. It was only by luck that Murray State found him and realized his potential. Murray State. Despite a slow start in college, he eventually came out swinging at Murray State and proved they weren't wrong to recruit him. He averaged 12.7 points, 6.5 rebounds, and 6.3 assists per game. And Morant earned first-team All-OVC and OVC All-Newcomer Team accolades. When his sophomore season began, Morant assumed a leading role for Murray State as they had lost some key players. And again, he came out swinging, scoring 26 points in his first game that year, and he just kept going, including putting up 38 in one game. By around December 2018, Morant was almost unanimously projected as a top 5 selection in the 2019 NBA draft. And in late January 2019, at least one outlet forecasted him as the first overall selection. So he went from not recruited to being potentially the overall #1 draft pick. That's a big step. At the end of the regular season, he was named OVC Player of the Year and First Team All-OVC, while leading the NCAA Division I in assists. He later earned First Team All-American honors from the United States Basketball Writers Association and Second Team All-American honors. By the time he ended his run with Murray State, a lot more people knew who Ja Morant was, and many were intrigued to find out what he was going to do in the NBA. Grizzlies. Morant was drafted 2nd overall during the 2019 NBA draft by the Memphis Grizzlies. Oh, and the person drafted ahead of him? His old playing buddy in Zion Williamson. On July 2nd, 2019, he signed a 2-year contract worth $17,897,040 with the Grizzlies. On October 23, 2019, Morant made his NBA debut, starting in a 101-120 loss to the Miami Heat with 14 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal and a block. On February 9, 2020, he scored his first career triple-double in a 106-99 win over the Washington Wizards. In the 2019-2020 season, Morant led all rookies in assists, with an average of 7.1 assists per game, as well as total points scored with 1,138, 17.8 points per game. At the end of the season, he was named the NBA Rookie of the Year and earned the NBA All-Rookie First Team honor. Oh, and Zion? He missed most of the year with injuries. Just saying. In year 2 of his NBA career, Morant recorded a career-high 44 points, alongside 9 assists, 2 rebounds, and 2 steals in a 131-119 loss to the San Antonio Spurs. On May 21, 2021, in the newly implemented play-in tournament with the 8th and final playoff spot on the line, Morant recorded 35 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists to lead Memphis to a 117-112 overtime win over the Golden State Warriors, securing the Grizzlies' first postseason berth in 4 seasons. 2 days later, he made his NBA playoff debut, scoring 26 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists to help lead the Grizzlies to a 112-109 upset victory in Game 1 over the top-seeded Utah Jazz. Morant followed that up with 47 points and 7 assists in Game 2, but Memphis fell short 141-129. The Grizzlies were eliminated, losing the series in 5 games. But still, it was an important showing, and Ja's best performances were yet to come. The current season. Expectations were very high for both Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies this NBA season, and things went from very bad to very good. Since beginning the season 9-10, they went on a smoldering 22-5 run in their next 27 games. That's a streak that only rarely happens. What's more, there's no doubt that Ja Morant is a big reason for this due to his output in games, including a key one against the Golden State Warriors, who are considered one of the favorites to win it all. At the beginning of the season, fans of the Grizzlies were saying that Ja Morant should be benched, but now, not so much. Morant might already be the league's most electrifying attraction on a night-to-night basis, the perfect basketball player for yet another COVID winter that seems to only grow more monotonous. Despite being a player whose defensive game remains a work in progress, Morant's signature highlight of this season thus far might be a two-handed, chase-down block in a recent win against the Lakers that has quickly become the stuff of legend. Oh yeah, and they beat the Lakers that game as well, who has LeBron and other Hall of Famers on it, if you recall. At the making of this video, Ja Morant has led the Grizzlies to being 3rd in the Western Conference. And to be clear, it's a very close race at the top. So if Ja Morant can keep it going, he might just get his team even higher. And even get MVP? At the beginning of the season, the clear MVP was that of Stephen Curry, who was dominating the league and even set the all-time three-pointer record. But now, he's in a slump, while Ja Morant is on fire. And Curry's teammate in Draymond Green says that Morant should be in line for MVP. When I say hell no about the MVP conversation, Ja, in my opinion, Ja has already passed that. Green said, let's talk about the MVP conversation. That's the category that I personally feel like Ja Morant needs to be mentioned more in. He's playing at an MVP level, all-star starter, all of those things, he is at that level. Now, obviously, there is another half-ish of the season left to play. We're not even at the All-Star break yet, and that can change a lot of things. But to go from being booed by fans to being an MVP consideration, that shows a lot from Ja Morant. Net worth. Now, in terms of net worth, you'll find that Ja Morant is only valued at around $2 million right now. But that's because he hasn't had his major contract that you know is coming soon enough. As he elevates his status in the NBA and possibly gives the Grizzlies a big run in the playoffs, things are only going to get better for him, more lucrative, and so on and so forth. Remember, he's only in his 3rd year in the NBA. He'll get that mega deal contract soon enough and further dazzle people with his ability. But in terms of true worth in terms of the Grizzlies, he's priceless. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at Ja Morant and how he went from being basically unrecruited to being one of the most important young players in the game right now? Do you think that he is someone who is going to dominate the league given enough time? Will he help the Grizzlies become a bigger threat in the Western Conference than people realize? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on the channel.